Sheriff Todd Baxter, you bald-headed, party-switching, fanatic, degenerate, sociopath, and criminal. My name is Chris Chichester. I've never committed a crime. I was on your Facebook page today. I'm going to read what I see. Arnett Branch Library is at Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The Arnett Branch Library is back open Monday through Friday. Here is our good friend, Sheriff Baxter of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And then it goes on to describe why you're there. I'm looking at you in your official uniform, and you have 4 stars on your collar. Why? I don't believe I have ever seen a police officer, sheriff, any law enforcement official, employee in the United States of America and everywhere I've worked with 4 stars on a collar. I worked in the Capitol for 7 years. Majority leader and governor, I go into the Capitol work. I see the New York State Police. I see the superintendent of the state police because he would be there often to testify, the assembly, the Senate, talk to my colleagues, talk to the governor. So I don't recall 4 stars on his collar. He had the required uniform. And I see the Capitol Police in Washington, D.C., including chief of police on TV. Because perhaps you've heard that Washington, D.C. is the murder capital of the United States of America, and the chief of the Washington, D.C. police was on TV all the time talking about murder. He didn't have 4 stars on his collar. Why do you have those 4 stars on your collar? I'll tell you why. It's not a rhetorical question. Because you're a narcissist, that's why. 4 stars on your collar? You're a veteran, correct? Generals wear 4 stars. Do you think you're the equivalent of a general? You're not, but you think you are. This is your pathetic narcissism. And why are you at the Arnett branch of the library talking about important issues? Why are you at a library? This is what a joke you are. At a library? So, you're there for public relations reasons. Is there any criminal acts going on in Monroe County? Is an investigation you have to supervise? Are you $100,000 cops at that library? So, I'm demanding public information from you. And your fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths continue to concoct crimes from me. Todd Baxter, your employee, Andrew Reale, charged me with harassment second. What's the name of the human being I'm harassing? Your $79,000 employee, Andrew Reale, concocted a crime for me. You must know this, given what I'm doing to you on YouTube, because your fanatics, degenerates, sociopaths coming here. Check out that YouTube I call hatred. They're out there screaming my name. Paul Metzel, pay attention, you bald-headed, wig-wearing criminal. I will never go into Penfield Town Court, and if I'm there, I'll be screaming over you. You will not be able to talk. You accuse me of a crime, and that Soviet Union show trial, the prosecutor hasn't talked twice I've been delivered to jail. I'm not coming back in there. I'll have to be forcibly deposited in there, and I'll scream at you and over you, you bald-headed, wig-wearing, disgusting hack. So, Todd Baxter, why are you wearing those 4 stars? Why? Because you're a narcissist, that's why. Todd Baxter, I go to the gym at PW Fitness, and what would you think of what happened to me having Kevin Baxter, Zachary Baxter by $79,000 Andrew Reale? Jermaine Benman walks up to me on the bench press. He goes like that. I don't acknowledge him. He stands over me, punches down. My head snaps back violently. Benman walks away. Todd Baxter, and your 4 stars on your collar, on your concocted 4 stars, you fake, you fraud. What's the name of the human being I'm harassing now that Jermaine Benman has snapped my head back while I was at the gym? We go out to the vehicle. Andrew Reale, your $79,000 employee, tells me to wait in the backseat of his vehicle. While he's telling Jermaine Benman what to say, he walks Jermaine Benman around the side of the vehicle. After he told Jermaine Benman to say to me, I want to press charges against you, with those 7 words, I'll charge harassment second. Todd Baxter, and your 4 stars of fanaticism. What's the name of the human being on planet Earth I'm harassing? Why has the $79,000 Andrew Reale been fired? I'm waiting for you psychopaths to bang on the door. Todd Baxter, I walked through the parking lot one day. For the 4,000th time, and Elliot Roth is at this business at 2025 Penfield. That's where you put the surveillance device, you bald-headed criminal. I'm walking through the parking lot just like my neighbors, right there. And he says to me, "You're going to be arrested." Why are your employees telling this civilian, Elliot Roth, I'm getting arrested? Because you came and you put that camera on that building, also called a surveillance device, didn't you? You put a camera called a surveillance device on that building at 2025 Penfield Road, specifically for me, because you are a disgusting, appalling, sick hack, and that's it right there. You bald-headed criminal wearing your 4 stars. That's it right there. That's your camera. You bought that camera for me. It's undeniable. Now that I've seen the images, spent taxpayer dollars to buy a camera that was affixed to this building and still is. I'm walking through the parking lot one day, this Elliot Roth, a civilian. You're telling a civilian that you're going to descend on me because it's Shannon Meyer. Steve Desmond of Brock Hollow Tree and Lawn Care is going to call your civilians to my residence, concoction of a crime for me. Here's this Nayrod shot. I'm walking through the parking lot one day. He's screaming at me in fanaticism. I have this confrontation with him. I walk away, give him the official finger, Brooklyn, New York. I tell him to fuck off. I walk away. I speak to Shannon Meyer for an hour on the phone. You're $67,000 a year, nauseating, disgusting, sick hack, writing a warrant for my arrest for walking through his parking lot, but not anybody else. So Shannon Meyer got with Steve Desmond of Brock Hollow Tree and Lawn Care. Isn't that right, Albert and Lloyd Brock Hollow? They want me to come out of the house to see the guy in his tractor. I haven't been here for 7 years. I walk outside, stand right here, say nobody owns that land, walk back in my residence. Todd Baxter, how's that a crime? Todd Baxter and your 4 stars on your ice cream man suit. How is that a crime? You $132,000 a year disgusting criminal. How is that possibly a crime for me to walk outside, stand here, say nobody owns that land, and walk back in my house? How's that a crime? Why are you using a civilian named Steve Desmond and Brock Hollow Tree and Lawn Care to come to my residence? Why is this civilian Elliot Roth telling me I'm going to be arrested? Why is this civilian Nayrod Shah going to and saying I should be arrested? Walk through this parking lot I've walked through 4,000 times. You're using these civilians in a concoction of a crime for me. How is this explained to the United States Department of Justice? You will have to explain it. How it's a crime. You bald-headed, 4-star, disgusting, sick, degenerate. How it's a crime for me to walk outside, stand here, on 26 Sanders Farm Drive and walk back to my residence and say nobody owns that land. Did you tell the employees at the Arnett Branch Library how you psychopaths, 6 of them, are here after Shannon Meyer runs into my backyard, crash on her face? There's a pounding on my door, just like that pounding on the YouTube I'll call hatred. I come outside. I stand on my front lawn. They surround me, handcuffs going. How is that possibly a crime, you bald-headed criminal? Todd Baxter, how's that criminal contempt? Second. How's that criminal contempt? Second. Harassment? Second. Who am I harassing? You'll have to answer these questions for the United States Department of Justice. And what you're going to do is affix antlers to your head, and it's going to be deer in the headlights, Todd Baxter. Because these are not crimes. I'm not harassing anyone. It's not a crime to go outside and tell a guy in his tractor from Brock Hollow Tree and Lawn Care nobody owns that land and walk back to my residence. And since, given what I'm doing to you on YouTube, you're fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths on August 30th, led by Don Benedetto, I say led in fanaticism. Walked onto the private property of my neighbor, Todd Baxter, stood near her window. She is 72 years old. I come outside the residence. They run at me. It's pitch black out. I turn around. I run away, go up my back porch. He grabbed my arm. The hammer I just grabbed alongside my residence to fix my bike goes up. I pull away. I walk back in. How's that a crime? He concocted a felony on my back porch and lied and said I concocted a crime for him. Did you, you bald-headed criminal, when you were at Arnett Branch Library, wearing your fake 4 stars, talk about how Don Benedetto concocted a crime for me? Huh? You're supposed to be pounding on the door. Are you psychopaths going to be out there now that YouTube's at 9 minutes? How is that a crime to walk outside, stand on 26 Sanders Farm Drive, say nobody owns that land, go back on my residence? Who am I harassing? And what crime am I committing on my back porch? You're the head of a criminal organization, and your employees are psychopaths. You're wearing fake 4 stars? Should I call you General Baxter? You're a veteran, correct? So you have seen real generals. When you are promoted from full bird colonel to brigadier general, that is an amazing life achievement when you make that 1 star. And then to progress from 1 star to 4 stars, That takes an additional 3, 4, 5 years of work. And perhaps you've seen the chairman of the Joint Chiefs on TV where they're wearing that 4 stars. You just affixed your 4 stars to your collar because you think it looks cool. You think those 4 stars below your bald head of fanaticism make you look cool. What the hell are you doing wearing those 4 stars, you bald-headed criminal, you narcissist? I've been calling you a narcissist for 18 months, and those fake 4 stars on your uniform are the confirmation that you're a narcissist. How do you defend your 6-figure cops? This right here is the public employee payroll that I'm demanding again so I can compare it to this one I received 12 plus months ago and put the raises on YouTube. This is your reelection defeat. You are in such a delusional 1984 that you bald-headed party-switching fraud, Todd Baxter, don't even know this is your reelection defeat. Why did you switch parties? You were Republican, correct? When you were in Greece? You were not a Democrat. If I'm incorrect that you were Republican, then you were not a Democrat, you were an independent, because you can be an unenrolled voter. But you were not a Democrat when you ran for sheriff when you were in Greece. And there you are existing as a Democrat because you wanted that ballot line because you will say anything. You will absolutely say anything. Yeah, Todd, I just got out of the shower and I used the Axe Forest here. Perhaps you could use the Axe Forest on your bald head. And I also use Johnson's baby shampoo. Sometimes I want that baby shampoo look so I can harken back to 1965 on July 4th. And, you can't use baby shampoo. And, Todd, you also can't use the Old Spice Timber. I like that feeling of being in a forest, when I put shampoo on my glorious hair. And it says right here, Todd, 2-in-1 for the hair. See, but you can't use Old Spice, as I'm looking at you. I want to double check you still have a bald head. I'd say you as bald as a cue ball there with your fake 4 stars, Todd Baxter. So, anyway, what are you doing? Come to my house. Your fanatics, degenerates, sociopaths showed up at my residence to demand my dog. I've said this repeatedly, and I'm going to continue to say this. I'm walking my little guy one day that I adopted from Lollipop Farm Humane Society for 8 years. My wonderful little guy. There's just screaming from this child law firm. These parasites that Shannon Myers unleashed upon me. You're $67,000 a year criminal. I don't know what that screaming is. I bring my little guy in and go over there to talk to them. They refuse to talk to me. They already called your office, and your fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths are here pounding on my door, demanding my dog. How do you come to my residence, you 4-star bald-headed criminal, you fake 4-star criminal, to demand my little guy? Do you know the telephone exists? Do you know that Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone? You fake 4-star disgusting hack. There's this vicious confrontation at my front door. With your employees here with animal control, and I said, you'll have to kill me to take my little guy from me. What are you doing here demanding my dog when all I'm doing is walking my dog for 7 years and 4,000 times? How did the cops show up to the home of an innocent man and demand his dog? When I went to Lollipop Farm Humane Society with my ex-girlfriend, Laura Riley, we were interviewed. And it's an extensive interview. And they ask the questions just like it's a job interview. Because they have to guarantee the safety and the protection of the dog that's adopted. And I was asked, do you have a criminal record? Have you ever been arrested? I replied, no. And Laura replied, no. And to this day, I have never committed a crime. I'm committing a felony on my back porch. I'm not harassing anyone. It's not criminal contempt for me to walk outside and tell somebody nobody owns that land. And you're still concocting crimes for me because this Nayraj Shah was on an email, and now they're trying to deliver me back to jail because he was on an email. Yeah, you heard that right, you bald-headed criminal. The district attorney's office and Paula Metzler is one person is trying to send me back to jail because they were on an email. Why does Penfield Town Court exist, you bald-headed criminal? It's because you can send defendants that have not committed crimes, innocent Americans in there, guilty, guilty, guilty. I'm demanding that they provide a list of defendants, name, charge, and sentence of every defendant in Penfield Town Court for John P. Lomenzo Jr., James P. Malloy Jr., Paul Metzler. It's sent on December 16th. December 16th, that was sent. It's an assembly line of guilt because you have bald head of fanaticism. The bald head of fanaticism, Todd Baxter, wants Paula C. Metzler, James C. Melly Jr., and his disgusting 70-year-old John P. Lomenzo Jr. before Paula C. Metzler in Penfield Town Court guilty. How come there's not a jury in Penfield Town Court? What would you think if Zachary Baxter, Kevin Baxter, were delivered to jail by a fanatical judge and without a jury? What would Mrs. Todd Baxter think if Kevin Baxter, Zachary Baxter, was delivered to jail as an innocent man without a prosecutor talking? I've been delivered to jail twice without a prosecutor talking, without a jury. Why is that? Does it even matter to you? And the answer is no. This is Shannon Myers here, pathetic concoction. That's the defendant. How am I defended on a piece of paper, accusatory instrument? Can your bald head understand that this document is a disgrace? A defendant. I'm a defendant on a piece of paper because of Shannon Meyer. That the defendant on the above day location of 1440 hours did knowingly enter and unlawfully upon the premise 2041 Penfield Road, Penfield by walk through the parking lot being told by certified mail by police is not allowed on property. You're the police. Nobody told me anything. Shannon Meyer didn't tell me anything. You could walk through this parking lot without being arrested. Why is that? $107,000 Samuel Bell, you could walk through this parking lot without being arrested. Are you Samuel Bell and your $107,000 paycheck, especially protected American, where you could walk through this parking lot? Why is that? You were drenched in corruption at that Monroe County Sheriff's Office, concocting crimes for me for walking through this parking lot. I'm not harassing anyone. Concoct some crimes for me. You come into my residence, demand my little guy, when all I'm doing is walking him same way for 7 years and 4,000 times. You got your $85,000 down. You're a psychopath, Don Benedetto, hiding in the bushes. What do you think of the constitutionality of your employee, $85,000 Don Benedetto, hiding in the bushes next to my neighbor's window, who is 72 years old? He's on the private property. What do you think about that? You bald-headed criminal, you disgusting hack and your fake 4 stars. You'll have to answer these questions for the United States Department of Justice. My name is Christopher Chichester. I have never committed a crime.